You're tuned in to our Sting weekend here on MTV, which means that we're going to play a lot of Sting videos. We're also going to see a lot of the Police videos, and later on at 10 o'clock, it's not too far away now, a special on the man himself, and at 2 o'clock Central European time, don't miss our Unplugged session with Sting.
Last April, Sting began conceiving and recording his new album, 10 Summoner's Tales, in a cathedral-like vaulted studio in his Tudor country home in England. Sting says that in writing the first single, If I Ever Lose My Faith in You, it was difficult to find things in which he hasn't lost faith.
I don't really define what I have faith in, except to say if I ever lose my faith in you, That could be God, it could be romantic love, it could be my record producer, it could be myself, but I don't define it, and I think it's important not to define it.
Sting's last album, The Soul Cages, was written after his parents' death, and if making that album was therapeutic, then the therapy worked, because 10 Summoner's Tales is a lighthearted pop record in the truest sense.
I wanted to make a record that was less confessional and less personal, and much more about writing stories that weren't necessarily about me, because I'm bored with myself, basically.
So you're not exercising any demons this time around?
I don't think so. I mean, I was very happy last year. I still am. I'm very content. I just got married, and have a nice house in the country. So I can't just professionally pretend that I'm a doom and gloom merchant if I don't actually feel that way.
Sting and Trudy Styler finally tied the knot in $250,000 of Versace attire after 3 children and 10 years together. Although Sting spent the morning of the wedding in the studio, he says it was really a romantic day.
What did your children think about it?
It was their idea in the first place. They said, look, we'll feel better if you guys get married.
Sting's kids also suggested he accept an invitation to appear on The Simpsons. On the show, a self-mocking animated Sting joins fellow saviors of the planet to rescue Bart Simpson from a well.
Do you feel like you've always been poking fun at yourself, or do you feel like it's easier as you get older?
I think I'm a pretty easy subject to poke fun at. So I do. No, I don't think it's a function of the male menopause or anything like that.
As he's reached midlife, there's no crisis in his sex life. In fact, Sting claims he can have sex for up to 5 hours. Longer than most executive lunches, without having an orgasm.
I've been doing yoga for a few years. And yoga is like everything. It pervades your whole life, eating, sleeping, walking around. But it's also useful in sex, in that it can make you have sex for longer and better.
And how do you prevent yourself from...
By breathing. Just by breathing and constant and by techniques that you learn.
Does that...
I can only demonstrate. I can't really verbalize it.
Okay, some things are better left to the imagination.